Hi. Okay, so I had adventures at well, I didn't have adventures at the game store, but I was at the game store. Well, first off, I should tell you about how I discovered this game store. Okay, so I had been going to a place called Revolution Games there for a bit. Great place, good prices, a little out of my way, like downtown from me there. But yeah, I was just sort of like, okay, when I've got the time, I'll head down, grab some cards, good to go. So buddy of mine moved from south of where we both work to north of there. So I was like, I like Revolution, but kind of getting tired of having to go all the way down there. So let me see if there's anywhere nearer to where that is. So go and do a Google search. Like, okay, game stores in this city. What do I get? Turns out that there was a game store like 4 blocks away from my work this entire time, and I'm going way in the other direction to go to this other game. So I'm going to Myth Games. Myth Games, great place if you're in my city. Good prices, good atmosphere. Plenty of gamey stuff to do. So yeah, go there. This is my official pimping of it. Yeah, and I grabbed some singles, some packs, a couple packs which I've cracked already. Trust me, mostly, boilerplate stuff. It was a couple of Dragon's Maze, a couple of Gate Crash. And I got some sleeves, finally. Now, up until this point, I have been mostly going with clear sleeves, just clear penny sleeves. For the simple reason that I just need them to protect my cards. I don't need them to get all fancy. But everybody has been getting sleeves, so I'm just sort of like, ugh, fine, I'll get some bloody sleeves. But here's the thing. There's 2 things that annoy me about actual sleeves. The first thing being, just to start off with, these are $4.25. These are $4.25. That drives me absolutely nuts. Like, again, I have been buying penny sleeves, $1 for them, and they've been serving me just fine. I'm on a bandwagon. I freely admit it. But and here's the other thing that gets me. You see that? 50 sleeves. Now, for those of my friends who are watching this and may not know Magic, the standard size for a Magic card deck, with the minimum size for it, is 60. 60 cards! 60 cards! And you're packaging them in 50s. And it's Ultra Pro. They're the official. Like, they're who you go to for stuff. Like, I got Ultra Pro deck proxies as well. How do you do that? How can you sleep at night knowing you're selling 50 card sleeves? Like from what the clerk was explaining there, like, they do it because of EDH format, but for God's sake, how many people play EDH on a regular basis? And you're selling 10 extras to people who are doing sealed events. Drives me nuts. Well, sealed events is not that bad if you decide to go over 40, but who does that? Anyways, got that off my chest. I moved through. Let's look at the cards I got. I just wanted to go over the big ones there. I did get, like I said, I got 4 packs worth and a bunch of singles there, but I just wanted to go over some of the nicer ones that I got there. First off, we've got... Ooh, I just knocked over a bunch of cards. Gleam of Battle. You put 1/1 counters on every creature that attacks, of yours that attacks. So, that is, yeah, Boros, badass Boros card. Hells yes. Alright, and this one's not, you know, it doesn't set the world on fire, but I like this one. Vyashino First Blade. He's a 3-drop. For 1, a red and a white. He's got haste, and when he enters the battlefield, he gets +2/+2 until end turn. So that's pretty good. I like that. Vyashino First Blade. I don't know, it's a great early play. Yeah. Oh, another one that I got that I'm really thinking was smart here. Hellkite Tyrant. Hellkite Tyrant. What he does, he's a 6/5 for 4 and 2 red. He's got flying and trample, and when he deals combat damage to a player, he steals all their artifacts. And at the end of your upkeep, if you have 20 more artifacts, you win. So, he's very helpful. And I've got an artifact deck based around this mechanic. So yeah, now I have 2 of him, instead of just 1. So, yes, that's a very good idea for me. Alright. Ugh. Nastiest freaking Selesnya card you can ever think of. Growing Ranks. It's for 2. It's an enchantment for 2 and 2 Selesnya mana. That's for those not in the know. That means you can pay that mana with a green or a white mana. And basically, at the beginning of your upkeep, populate. So basically, that means, well, because the populate mechanic's actually really cool. If you have what are called creature tokens, they're not like official like creatures. They're like how do I explain creature tokens? Like you'd play like for normal creatures there, like say Archon of the Triumvirate, which is my next card, and I have 2 of these. Like that's an actual creature card. Like that's an actual like that's an actual creature that has a card associated with you. Pay that for a mana cost. With creature tokens, the way that they work is that you what's the word I'm looking for here? With creature tokens, they're created by like an ability of another card. So like it's like, okay, so put on down a creature token that's like a 1/1 human or a 1/1 soldier or a 1/1 zombie onto the field. And if it dies, it gets taken out of the game and just disappears in the ether, and you can't like bring it back from anywhere. So yeah, but yeah, that's how creature tokens work. It's kind of like a way to get more creatures on the field without having to like pay mana costs for them. And what populate does is it copies creature tokens. So if you have like say a 3/3 centaur on the field, populate would give you another one. So yeah, and that card lets you populate every turn. And there are creature tokens like 5/5 worms with trample. So if you're getting more of those every turn, it's a really good idea. I should have gotten 2. Bugger. I don't know. I'm stupid. But yeah, oh, I should tell you about Archon of the Triumvirate. Foily. 2 foilies. Ooh. Look how they sparkle and shine. Yes. Okay, and what it does, it plays for 5 white and blue. It flies. It's a flyer. And when it attacks, you can detain up to 2 target creatures, or non-land permanents. So, and what detain does, which is another ability of the new, sorry, my leg is itchy, a new ability of the new, like the new creatures there, the Return to Ravnica kind of guys. Yeah, what detain does is it makes your opponent creature not be able to attack or block, and they can't use their abilities, which is really good, because there have been a lot of cards that made creatures tap, which means they can't attack or block. But if a creature has an ability that's like, for instance, do I have anything there? For instance, my Hellkite Tyrant, or is that not activated? Well, activated ability is like things that you actually have to turn on, like you have to actually set out to set those off. But yeah, with that one, if I had, if I can't remember exactly, if I'm pretty sure that the Hellkite Tyrant's ability to win the game for you if you have 20, yeah, no, it isn't an activated ability where you win the game if you have 20 artifacts. If Hellkite Tyrant got detained, he couldn't attack, he couldn't block, you could not win the game, because this activated ability would not work. I'm not 100% sure that is activated ability off the top of my head, but still, you get the idea. Nasty ability. Alright, so, next is Rurik Thar, the Unbowed. He is a 6/6 creature for 4 a red and a green. He has Vigilance and Reach, and he attacks each turn if able, and when a player casts a non-creature spell, Rurik Thar deals 6 damage to that player. Look at him. He's got 2 heads. He's insane. Am I focusing? I need a new camera. Something I can, focus. But, yeah. Basically how that works. So, yeah. From the point that Rurik Thar enters the battlefield until he, hopefully, for the opposing player, gets killed, if you play an instant, if you play a sorcery, if you play an enchantment, if you lay down an artifact that isn't a creature, if you lay down anything that is not a thing that can attack and block things, you will deal 6 damage to yourself. And that counts for Moi aussi. That means that, yeah, if you want to play anything that's not a creature, that is 6 life off of you, and you better be prepared to take it if you want to be able to play something. It's kind of amazing. So, yeah. Yeah, that actually would be pretty good against, like, the mill-type decks there, where it's like, oh, I don't like creatures. I like to play instants and sorceries and removals. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, just, I've got to find a way to make him, like, indestructible or something. What color is that? That's a white card, because I do have indestructibility, but it's a white card, so. Okay, thoughts to do it, because removing him would suck. Anyways, next card. I have one of these, but he's badass. Tajik, Blade of Legion. Plays for 2 a red and a white. He's a 2/2, but he's indestructible, so helpful. And his battalion ability, which is where him and at least 2 other creatures are attacking. When at least 2 other creatures are attacking, he gets +5/+5 intelligence, so he turns into a 7/7. Yeah, and if you're following me on Tumblr, you know that him with a goofy face is my current icon on Tumblr, because I am Dimestar Tajik. Yeah, put that there. So yeah, that's fun. Okay. Grabbed a couple of these. Corrupt. I really grabbed these because a buddy of mine who used to be a judge said this card was badass. And it is, actually. So I got 2 of them. It's called Corrupt. Hopefully you can see that. You big old hand coming up to bite you in the head. And it deals damage equal to the number of swamps you control to target creature or player. And you gain life equal to the damage dealt this way. So, and the thing is, it plays for 5 and a black, so you have to do at least 6 damage to them, and you gain 6 life that way, which is amazing. And I still got 6 more cards. So we'll run through them quick because this is at 13 minutes. We've got Soul Ransom, which I love. This is a great freaking card. It's an enchantment for 2, a blue and a black. And you enchant creature, you control enchanted creature, and to discard 2 cards, if you discard 2 cards, Soul Ransom's controller sacrifices it, then draws 2 cards. Only any opponent may activate this ability. So, basically, it's like, okay, so I'm going to steal your creature. If you want it back, oh, no, sorry. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, noted. Because I'm just reading up here just to make sure I got it right. Because, I was hoping you could sack the actual creature, but basically it works out as, I will steal your creature, you can have it back, but you have to discard 2 cards and I get to draw 2 cards. So it's not as badass as I was hoping it would be, but it's still pretty freaking good. Like, and you might be able to get that in for a sack if you, well, yeah, imagine playing that when someone's hand is empty. Ugh, gross. So they'd have to wait until you'd have their creature for at least 2 turns. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, so next is Tenacious Dead. He is a skeleton warrior. He plays for 1 black and he's a 1/1. Yeah, I know, not impressive. Hear me out. When Tenacious Dead dies, you may play 1 and a black. If you do, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. So what that means is, a lot of creature types get their power from sacrificing creatures. So that means if you keep mana free, you can kill Tenacious Dead, pay 1 and a black, bring it back, and you got him back. And in fact, rereading, you can use that multiple times because his ability is not contingent on him being able to tap. So if you have a creature, like there's a creature called Bloodbairn out there that you have to play, if you sack a creature, it gets +2/+2. If you have 6 black mana on the field, you can sack Tenacious Dead 3 times, bring him back 3 times, and it gets +6/+6. So, pretty fucking good. Excuse my language. Sorry, kids. I don't know if there are kids watching this. I highly doubt it. Alright. Shadow Slice. It's a sorcery for 4 and a black. Target opponent loses 3 life. And it has Cipher. So, yeah, so that means, and Cipher is where if you deal combat damage to a player, you get to play a copy of this card. So, think about it this way. If you, like, I have a lot of creatures that would go with this card that are unblockable. And say that they have, like, a power of 2. So, I swing with them, they deal 2 damage to your creature there. Shadow Slice activates again, and they lose another 3 life. Great! Love it! Print! Cut! That's a wrap! No, not print cut, that's a wrap. I have 3 more cards to go through. Undercity Plague. Target player loses 1 life, discards a card, and sacrifices a permanent. So they die a little bit, they have to throw a card away out of their hand, and they have to get rid of 1 of their cards on the field. So that's, what is that? So that is land, that is an artifact, creature, their choice, but they have to sacrifice something. Oh, and that ciphers too. So imagine that on an unblockable creature, which I actually got 2 more of if you know Phantom Warrior. He's fun. Arrows of Justice comes up next. It pays for 2 and a Boros mana, that's red and white. And it deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. So, you want to get rid of something big that's fighting your guys? Shoot some Arrows of Justice there. Done. And this last 2, well, we'll do that card last. Okay. Gleam of Battle. No, I already did Gleam of Battle. That's what I started off with. This is the last card. Illusionist Bracers. It's an artifact that's an equipment. Pays for 2 mana. Get equipment for 3 mana. And that's colorless mana, so anybody can use it. And whenever ability of equipped creature is activated, if it isn't a mana ability, that means it doesn't use mana to activate, you can copy that ability, and you can choose new targets for that copy. So yeah, I actually have one already, but I have a friend who really wanted it. I figured, you know what, I'm a nice guy, I got an extra buck, I'm gonna get it for him. So yeah, hopefully he likes that. Hi TJ. Alrighty, cool. So, that's it, that's all the fun new stuff. Oh yeah. Oh, and Chandra Xbox. Do you like it? You must, because it's awesome. Alrighty, cool. Awesome on kids. See you next time.